A very pleasant good evening to you as we welcome you inside the Tower Grill for the Storm Report, season number 2. This is episode number 12. Activities galore here in this evening's episode of the Storm Report. We welcome everybody and a quick Happy New Year. We hope that everybody had a safe and joyous holiday, and we are glad to be back with you. As my broadcast partner Ed Cole said, back in the saddle tonight, and here we are. As I mentioned, a jam-packed program. On the program, we'll talk with the man in the middle. That is the assistant men's basketball coach, Austin Peters, joins us. And also will be part of our first segment. We'll talk another round of basketball with a couple of studs here inside the studio. In our second segment, we'll talk with Dominic Gonzalez of the men's basketball program, as well as Ethan Blythe will join us. And we will certainly talk a little more round ball with the ladies. On our third segment of the night, we'll talk with Halle, Payne and Lauren Gunn. They will be our guests here. So without further ado, Ed Cole, my broadcast partner. How are you, my friend?
Happy New Year, Mr. Derryberry.
Doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing good. Coach Peters?
Yeah, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, sir.
Coach Peters, the man in the middle. It's not even the hot seat, is it, Coach? It's just pretty routine, right?
Yeah.
You've been in front of cameras before,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
This is routine for you, right?
Yeah.
We're just
all
three
good.
guys.
It's all having fun.
Three guys hanging out rapping, you know.
Get some good stuff. These guys are movie buffs. Maybe we might weave in a question about Marvel or something like that. But we're going to talk a little round ball. Currently the number one team in the country right now, ACU. I know it's just a number, but when you get that kind of notoriety and you get that kind of recognition as you play your games, and now you're smack dab in the middle of the GSAC conference, part of your schedule. But how are things going for you in your first year?
Great. Yeah, got a lot of great guys on our team. I don't mention you guys this in the past. We're super blessed here at ACU. We've got tremendous university. We've got tremendous support from our university. We've got just outstanding, unbelievable young men to coach on a day-to-day basis. It makes coming to work fun and easy. You know, just you get to walk into the gym and you got 14 guys that are super bought in, work super hard, and are just super hungry to get better on a day-to-day basis. It makes my job a lot easier and makes it a lot more fun that way.
You know, Jeff Rudder's been around. He's been at the helm for 11 seasons here at ACU, nothing but a winning program here. And so, Austin, everybody has a different role. What is your role in your first year?
Yeah, just, being available, helping with whatever we need to do to help us win. Scouting reports, recruiting, and getting in the gym with guys, helping them work on their game, and jumping into practice to help with a drill or something like that. Just a little bit of everything. I look up to Coach Rudder a lot. I've learned. I've been here 6-7 months, and maybe not even, and I've already learned so much from him. And he's just super sharp, and he's just brilliant with tactics and how to do things on a day-to-day basis in practice, and what we put into practice and what we put in for games. And I mean, he's great about knowing the right thing to do at the right time at all times. And I've learned a ton from him. I feel super blessed to work for him.
That's phenomenal.
Coach, if you could have went to camp on day one and then look and move ahead to January and see that you're 14-3, number one team in the country, you take that all day, every day, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd probably, ask, how are we playing and how do we do in those 3 losses? We're I know we took a loss on Saturday, but I'd like to think that we're kind of in a good flow. We won 5 in a row, and I lost to a really tough Vanguard team on the road on Saturday. But we really like our group. We're really deep. I know we've talked about that in the past. I think we've got a lot of guys that bring a lot to the table, and we've had guys in and out of the lineup with injuries, and it's been a little bit difficult to plan a rotation game to game, just not knowing who we have, and with different guys being out and different guys coming back. It's just been a little bit difficult to plan and strategize that way, but I got to give credit to all of our guys, 1 through 14. They've all stepped up, and they've all done an amazing job in their role and brought a ton to the table every single day in practice and in games with whatever's asked of them.
So when you go back and recap film and look, like you said, from the loss against Vanguard as opposed to a win, do you spot different things in different games?
Well, normally when we win, we're doing things well, and when we're losing, we're not doing things super well, to put it plainly and simple. So, yeah, I mean, Saturday we turned the ball over, I think, 14 times. It felt like 24 times, but we didn't take good care of the ball. And then I think when they went on the run in the second half, it was a product of us not taking care of the ball, and then they got easy buckets in transition. For the most part, we did a really good job defending their actions and defending their studs. They got 2 really, really good all-conference players on their team, and we did a good job of forcing them to their weaknesses for the most part, and then they kind of got going in that stretch, and we got down, I think 11 it was at one point. It was hard to come back from there. So So, yeah, when you go on the road, it's just a lot of factors in play. They played super hard. They're a really good team. They've won a national championship. They're a storied program in the NAIA. So we knew it wasn't going to be easy going into it, just like any GSAC game is. And, we didn't execute as well as we should have, but hopefully we got some things that we can work on, and we'll be better for Thursday.
It's always challenging to win at Costa Mesa. Rhett Solomon, one of their great coaches in our league. Next two games up remain in the conference. You get Menlo on Thursday, William Jessup on Friday. That's an early game, 2 o'clock tip. And we'll have that for you on the GSAC Sports Broadcast Network. But what is it that you like about this team? I know you mentioned that there's a couple deficiencies here or there that you pick up in film, that you saw some weakness during the game. But what are the things that you thrive on and what you've enjoyed about this young club?
Yeah, well, we are. I know I've said this a bunch, but we really love our depth, and it allows us to do a lot of things stylistically, offensively, defensively. We can mix up coverages defensively. We can mix up offensively, give teams different looks and stuff. I just having the depth and having a lot of guys who can give us the versatility to change things up, I think, is a big strength of our team. Now, we got to get healthy. We've got, guys that are still banged up, and hopefully we'll get them back sometime soon, and it'll make us even more dangerous. But, yeah, when we're fully healthy, we still have yet to play a game this year fully healthy, 1 through 14. So I think once we get to that point, hopefully soon, I think we'll be even more dangerous just with our versatility that we have on our team.
We're visiting with men's assistant basketball coach Austin Peters on the show. You mentioned the health. You also mentioned the depth. A couple of gentlemen that are here, Dominic Gonzalez and Ethan Blythe, they're part of that depth. So we're looking forward to conversation with those guys in our second segment. But when you talk about the health, what's the latest in Angelo Johnson and guys like Micah Blackwell who have been nursing some injuries? And are we close to getting that full complement of players?
Yeah, they're taking it day by day. They're getting better day by day, but it's kind of a day-to-day thing right now.
It's a very, very politically correct answer.
Yes.
And we appreciate that right there.
And then here we go with that next man up. We always talk about that on our broadcast, right, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
When guys go down, the other guys have to step up and say, okay, we've got big shoes to fill, but we're going to do what we can to move this team along regardless of our injury. So do you like the fact that, you have that depth and guys that can step up when their name is called?
Yeah, Kevon's been great. AJ went down, and Kevon, he's had an 11 assists, 0 turnover game. He's, I think, top 5 in the GSAC in assists, if not, maybe even number 1. I haven't looked at it lately, but he's been great. Dom's sitting right over here. He had a 9 assist game against Life Pacific on Thursday. We've got guys that are stepping up and really buying into the way we want to play. And so I've been very proud of guys. Even with guys like AJ and Micah who start and play a lot of minutes, they go down. Well, now we've got other guys that have stepped in and filled in quite well and have kind of picked up where they left off.
When you look at this team from a mental aspect, how have they grown from game 1 to game 17 as you're getting ready for game 18?
Yeah, and I think we still have some growth yet to do, but just in how we execute and we go about our system on a day-to-day basis. I think offensively from day 1 till now, we're moving and sharing the ball a ton better. I think we're getting a lot better at reading the defense. And if the defense is going to play us a certain way and give us a certain coverage, we've gotten pretty good at reading the defense and sharing the ball. I think early on in the season, we had a lot of 10 and 12 assist games, and now lately, we had a 24 assist game Thursday. We had a 16 assist game on Saturday. So even in a loss, we had 16 assists. So it's just nice to see that we've grown a lot in that area of execution and moving the ball, sharing the ball, and it's a fun way to play. Our guys love playing that way, sharing the ball for each other and playing for each other. It's a really fun brand of basketball.
And I like to call it sharing the sugar. And that's what this team has been doing. They're sharing the sugar. And you mentioned that those assist numbers continue to go upwards. And, yeah, you can't say enough about Kevon Williams. You ask him to play center, and he will play center. He will find a way to make it happen. He is just one of those unsung guys that comes in, and he's played a lot of games. He might even be getting close to being the all-time minutes leader at ACU. He's played that many games. So it's just nice to have that complement of guys you can go to. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. I think he's going to graduate the all-time winningest player in the GSAC as well. Over his career, he will have had the most wins more than any player in the GSAC. So yeah, he's been great, and we've had great contributions from him, and Bryce has been awesome. He's continued to even as a fifth-year senior himself, he's getting better every game, and he had an 8-assist game in the Cactus Classic against Olivet. He had 18 points, 8 assists. He's just continuing to get better as well. So we've had guys again that have stepped up and continued to grow and continue to get better as the season's gone on.
Coach Peters, for you mentioned Olivet Nazarene. You have some familiarity with them.
Yeah.
Clearly, you spent some time there before you made your arrival here on campus. What did you learn at Olivet Nazarene, and how did it prepare you for this role here with Coach Rudder and this ACU basketball team?
Yeah, it's similar institutions, Bible-based, faith-based institution, and I love that about my job, that I get to come to work and I get to freely talk about my faith, and I can, talk about Jesus with any of our guys and not feel like I need to look over my shoulder and kind of second guess what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just a great school where I learned a ton and it grew a lot in my faith, and I met my wife there as well. So a lot of special memories there, and going from there to an amazing program and an amazing institution like this, I was able to just kind of take a lot from that and just realize the importance of things outside of basketball and how they're much more important than stuff on the basketball court. And so, again, super blessed to be at an institution like ACU that values the Bible and values, talking about Jesus and spreading the gospel. And it's just been great to have that ability to just walk into work every day. And with our coaching staff, we talk about it in all of our coaching meetings, and with all of our guys, we talk about the Bible and share Bible verses and scripture with them all the time. So it feels super blessed to be at a place like ACU.
And how about the double dip factor? Your wife Emily is also employed here,
Yeah.
so that's pretty good.
Save some gas money and carpool to work.
Absolutely, that's fantastic for both of you.
Coach, before we bring these two superstars on, talk about Dom and Ethan and talk a little bit more about them and what they mean to you, or what they mean to this basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, basketball aside, they mean so much to me just as people, and they're just amazing young men. Like when I talk earlier about how one of the big blessings of working at a place like ACU is the people and the awesome young men you get to coach. I mean, these guys are gold standard when it comes to that. I've gotten to know Dom since I got here this summer, and we connected right away. The first time I got in the gym with Dom, he was super coachable, and I tried to help him with a couple things, and he was super coachable right away. Didn't, fight me on anything, didn't, grumble that I was trying to change something, new coach. He was super coachable right away, and then from then on, we've just built a great relationship, and I've learned probably more from him than I could ever teach him. So I feel blessed, and I was super fortunate to get connected to Ethan in May when I first got this job, and was able to recruit him and just get to know him and his family over the course of the last several months. And they're just amazing people, genuine, authentic, caring, kind people. His family's been here for a little while, spending time coming to our games and stuff like that, and it's been super great to continue to get to know them. So they're super selfless guys, and I feel super blessed each and every day to do life with them. And they have given me and taught me way more than I could ever give them or even think of giving them. So I'm super thankful for them.
And it also helps that they're champions and they're former players of the year. They've got amazing pedigrees behind them
that helps.
Coming into the program, Coach.
Yep. And they're sitting right over here, so I better say something nice.
I'll tell you what, for as long as I've known Dom G, he's been a standout citizen all across the board.
100%.
It's my first interaction with Ethan this year, but all the way from Geelong, Australia. That's a long way to be recruiting, so nice work for you, Austin.
Did he get it right, Ethan? Did he get it right? Okay.
Long, yep.
I will say this, being at ACU for almost a decade now, I've seen a lot of tremendous coaches under Jeff Rudder's staff, and you just fit right in there with this great group of people. And Coach Rudder has a uncanny knack to find tremendous people that fit. And again, you're right in that category.
Well, I don't know about all that. Yes, there's been a lot of great coaches I've learned. I'm friends with several of them and learned a ton from them. And like I said, Coach Rudder is just an outstanding man to learn from every day. Basketball and away from basketball, I'm super blessed that he chose me to come work here.
Fantastic. That is our assistant men's basketball coach, Austin Peters, our guest on the program. We're going to keep it round ball in segment 2. We're going to talk with Dominic Gonzalez.
Thanks, Ed.
And we will speak with Ethan Blythe straight ahead on the Storm Report. We welcome you back to the Storm Report here from the Tower Grill on the campus of Arizona Christian University. I'm Kevin Derryberry alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole, and the gentleman now in the middle, Mr. Dominic Gonzalez and Ethan Blythe, join the program. Gentlemen, we welcome you in. Happy New Year to you, both of you.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank
you. Yeah.
Team has won 5 of 6. You're smack dab in the middle of GSAC play, and come Thursday, another big one here is Menlo comes to town, and the Oaks always seem to give ACU fits. I don't know if it's a mismatch thing, it's what it is, but it's always an entertaining game. It's always a scrappy game and a physical game, and sometimes, Tim might back this up, sometimes it gets downright nasty against the Oaks. What do you expect come Thursday, Dom?
I expect a dogfight. They're a really good team, and you know, like you said, we always have, I guess, fits, if you want to call it. I mean, I remember last year they beat us on a buzzer beater at their house, and that still kind of stings a little bit. Just sitting in that locker room and just hearing them celebrate, it kind of hits you a little bit different. So you remember that for the next time you play them and the next time after that. But no, it's going to be a dogfight for sure, and it's going to be really physical. So we just got to come prepared and come ready to fight. You know?
Ethan, will be your first taste against the Oaks at home, and obviously you've seen through your young career here at ACU, there's something about playing inside the ACU Event Center where the Firestorm play their best basketball.
Yeah, 100%. We get a really good crowd at our games. We really pack it out, and the atmosphere is always really electric. So always excited to play in front of people who really want you to win, and we have a great culture, and we're excited to play a really good team like Menlo. I believe we're tied for first in the GSAC with them, and I'm obviously new to playing them, but I'm excited to get some payback for last year for my guys, 100%.
For sure.
So, Ethan, how did you hear about ACU all the way over from Geelong, Australia? How'd you find out about this university and
Geelong,
get over here?
man. It's Geelong.
Geelong? What did I say?
You say Geelong, but it's all right.
Geelong.
It's Geelong?
You just asked if we had it correct. We nailed it, and then you come back with the it's.
I'm sorry,
Geelong.
folks.
It's Geelong.
From Geelong, Australia. I'm sorry.
Well, I was lucky. I was playing at a junior college in Lane Community College, and end of my career, I didn't know what I was really going to do, and then I wanted to continue playing at a 4-year, and then Coach Peters had a connection with my coach at the time, and we got in contact, and it seemed like a great fit and great culture, and I'm really happy I'm here. Yeah.
So Coach Peter and Matthew Zolsel know each other?
Yeah, they know each other like 10 years back. Yeah.
That's a decade long right there,
Yeah.
Coach. Congratulations on that. It's a nice get. Ethan, I want to talk about your defense. I know we kind of talked about it before the broadcast, but you've scored in 3 straight games. You had a career high in minutes against Olivet Nazarene in a win. But just the prowess coming in as being known as a lockdown defender, you've got some accolades for that. But tell us about your defense.
Well, it's something I do. I try to pride myself on, and especially coming to such a good team, I just want to do anything I can do to help the team because we have so many great scorers like Dom who can shoot the ball amazingly. And I was lucky enough, well, not lucky enough, that the coach believes in me when we have guys out that I can come in and fill a spot and do whatever I can to help the team. And I like to pride myself on my defense a little bit. So, yeah.
Dom, Coach Peters talked about the importance of the defense, the assists, and just playing together as a basketball team, hitting the boards. You're doing everything you need to do, doing the little things, crashing the boards, offensively, defensively, and distributing the ball. Talk about all of that and the importance of all that that's got to you where you are, number 1 in the country for now and 14-3.
Yeah. No, I think it's everything, because when you get to a certain point, we aspire to be in Kansas City playing in the national tournament. So when you get to that point, the margin of error is literally this big, so you don't get to make mistakes. And it's like you said, it's the little things that's going to push you over the edge. Maybe it's diving on a loose ball, winning 50-50 balls, not turning the ball over, hustling over to pick your teammate up. That stuff matters when you get to that level because everybody's good. You know what I mean? So it's really the little things that make the good teams great. And you got to do the little things well, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can't just do it sometimes. You got to do it at all times. So that's what I would say for sure.
Dominic, one of the impressive things about your game is the consistency in your game. We're going to talk about this with the ladies, too, because we've got some very consistent players as well. But I got to mention, you've scored in 12 straight games. You'll be playing in your you played 17 games, scoring average about 7.2, might be a little bit up. A career high 23 against Oklahoma City earlier in the season. But you played 80 games at Arizona Christian University. You've hit 91 trays, man, 91 triples from behind the line. You've gotten remarkably better each and every year.
Yeah, for sure. I just try to improve, as much as I can after every season, like look at what I did good and look at like my weaknesses and then try to make those like my strengths and like make that my focus point in the summer. Like, for example, like last summer, at the end of the season, I was 175 pounds, really skinny, super scrawny. And I made it a point of emphasis to go put on weight and like put on muscle. So I got to 200 pounds at the end of the summer, like when we got back. And it's just like, man, like I put on some weight and like I can feel a difference now too, like on the court too. Like I'm not getting bumped around. Like I can hold my spots more. Like I can take bumps at the rim. So like that was just an example of, trying to.
And I saw Dom G in the season on the court early in the season, and the way the court is positioned inside the arena, it's about 2 inches high. So there's a little bit of the court gives you a little bit of a boost, but if you're on the ground floor and you still see Dom, you can say, okay, this young man has put some time in the off season, and he just described the work ethic that he works from within, and you can definitely tell that just you've seen that result. Your work ethic off the court, you can see the result on the floor this season.
Sure, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just try to work hard in anything I do, not even just basketball, but just trying to better myself as a young man in all areas, like taking care of. Like Augustine, I love Augustine so much, my high school coach. He used to tell me all the time, he said, you gotta take care of your business off the court so you can handle your business on the court.
On the court, that's right.
Right, so that's something
I was going to ask you about Jordan and ask you what he did to get you ready to play here at ACU. Because he obviously spent some time on Coach Rudder's staff, another outstanding coach. As we reference.
Man, he's did so much for me, not just as a basketball player, but as a young man. Like a little bit about my story. I never had a dad growing up, never had a father. I still don't know him. All I know is that his name is Michael, but Augustine was kind of that father figure for me. Like it's crazy how I even ended up at Ironwood too. Like, I was going to go to Deer Valley High School with Kevon and Bryce and all of them, play under Coach Dunn. And I was filling out my classes to go there. I was about to sign off, and something just came over me, said, go to Ironwood. Like, it's complete. Wow. It was a complete God thing. Like, literally just came over me.
Divine intervention, as they say.
Yes, 100%. And it was the best decision I've ever made in my life, so.
I got to say, you couldn't have gone wrong if you played for Jed Dunn. Kevon and Bryce would back that up, but I know Jordan's a special guy in his own right. All right, sure. Ethan, I got to ask you right now. I mean, I don't want you to sugarcoat this. No poker playing. Who has the best accent on the basketball team?
Ooh, good.
A lot of them are shocking.
Yeah, we already know.
Who'd you say, Coach?
It's Ethan Blythe.
Oh, no, he's pointing at himself. Coach Peters is like me.
We have a guy on our team, Rick Manganga. He's from Gabon, Africa, and he's a pretty nice accent.
Okay.
I love his voice.
But, yeah. But they all try to do an Australian accent, and it's not great.
It's not great.
They haven't got it yet. They haven't got it yet.
Sign me up. This guy's got a great accent.
So, Kevin, this brother's got a communications major. What do you want to do with that? Do you want to do some on-air stuff? Because your voice it's there.
I appreciate that.
Well, I like it.
Originally, I'm technically a journalist. I want to be a writer.
Oh, a writer, okay.
So, yeah, I wanted to originally be like a film critic. I really like watching movies.
Like Marvel?
Yeah, I'll review some Marvel.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, that's too easy.
Yeah, exactly. So
he and I have the same number one in the Marvel top 29.
100%.
Go ahead and reveal that.
What is that?
Oh, the best movie, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Oh, Winter
Thank
Soldier.
you.
Yeah.
Dom, you got that right here, right? How many times have you seen Winter Soldier? Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Come on.
Are you serious?
I haven't seen it. Come on.
How are you going to give it the thumbs down if you've never seen it?
Thor: Love and Thunder is number one.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard that movie was awful.
It is awful.
It's
Is
not
it really
very good, yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
But it's just
Why do you like it?
One other question for Dom G. Dom Gonzalez, you come in as a GSAC scholar athlete. That's impressive. We might have mentioned that on the other show, but it bears worth repeating, if you will. That's what it's all about. Scholar athlete.
Yeah, no, it just goes back to, handling your stuff off the business so you can handle your stuff on the court, just like all things go into being like a good athlete, and like, you won't even be able to play if you don't have good grades. And that's something I've been taught like my whole life since I was yay high. So it's always been an emphasis for sure.
Ethan, for you, was it much of a learning curve coming to this system and learning how Coach Rudder likes to have his team run?
A little bit. I mean, it was tough just because with such a higher level, just from my community college, just the professionalism and just how good everyone is at the next level, like going to such a strong school. which I love though because like it makes you better. Like being around guys who are at a high level and coaches. Like in my Lane Community College, we had like one head coach and one assistant. Here we've got like over 4 assistants who all know their stuff and are plugged in and all buy in.
We got managers. We got all of it.
Yeah.
Bless.
Ethan, what do you like about Phoenix, Glendale, ACU, and maybe the United States in general?
Ooh. In general, I really love the chicken sandwiches here. Like the crispy chicken.
Really?
It's pretty good.
So are you endorsing Chick-fil-A or
I'm
just
definitely
any
endorsing
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A. Definitely.
So you know down the street there's a Cane's now.
Yeah.
So Cane's and Chick-fil-A are in
Cane's.
Yes.
Is Cane's your spot, Dom?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
choosing Cane's over Chick-fil-A every time.
That's a hot take.
It's
That's a
the
hot
sauce? You go with
The
the
sauce.
Oh, the
yes,
sauce,
extra
yeah.
sauce. You need it.
Oh man, the sauce is off the chain, huh?
Off the chain.
The fries work for me. I'm a
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A chicken guy, but
Okay, yeah.
we can sell some things. We can sell some chicken on this product. We could.
Right, that's what I'm saying. This ain't sponsored or not.
Hey guys, quick one here. We mentioned the GSAC schedule, and we got Menlo, and then we get another team that's we do battle with. When you talk about William Jessup, they receive votes. I'm guessing they're going to be in the top 25 when we play them next. Just a quick comment on those 2 GSAC games coming up this weekend.
Yeah, no, we think that they're both really good teams, established programs. Have had success in the past, but all that doesn't matter when you're out on the court and the lights are on and it's time to go play ball. So if we just do what we're supposed to do, just continue to get better each and every day, I think we'll be fine. I think the proof is in the pudding. When we play, how we're supposed to play basketball, the ACU way, we're pretty good. We're all right. But when we don't, and when we get away from that, I think that's when we struggle and we lose games. So just got to get back to playing ACU basketball.
Ethan, what do you think?
100%. I couldn't agree more with what Dom said. When we play our own style of basketball, we play together and free and for each other, we're really hard to beat. But when we steer away from that, it's when we can lose games. But I'm sure we're gonna give it our all and play ACU basketball these next 2 games and bring it home.
We're going to pave the way for the ladies coming up next. But my last one for Ethan Blythe. What other sport outside of basketball do you like here in the States? Are you a fan of another team? Any other sport?
That's a good question.
Pickleball?
You like pickleball?
This is a sport, but spike ball. I've been getting into that lately.
Really? That's interesting.
Oh, really?
You've been playing that?
Huh? A little bit, yeah. Not bad. I like it. Yeah, spike ball, I guess. And I'm getting more into the gridiron as well, NFL a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a bit slow for me, but I like it.
What about you, Dom? You an NFL fan? NBA?
Yeah. NBA. I don't really watch the NBA basketball.
Does anybody watch the NBA anymore?
I don't know, but
I
watch more football. But I don't really have a favorite team.
Okay.
I'm a Lamar Jackson fan.
Lamar Jackson. Haven't seen him on the field in, 5 weeks?
Yep. Right.
It's been a while.
I'm in that what have you done for me lately mode.
That's what I'm saying.
We haven't seen him.
Come on, Lamar. We need you.
Gentlemen, let's pack up the arena this weekend, and we wish you guys continued success. And hanging in the balance is win number 15. It starts Thursday against Menlo. We look forward to seeing you guys in the gym Thursday evening.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Pleasure. Thank you.
Don't go away. More exciting Storm Report straight ahead as we will bring on Halle Payne and Lauren Gunn. Halle Payne. We got that right. And Lauren Gunn straight ahead on the Storm Report.
And you get on me because I messed up.
Right, you messed up
I just
Geelong.
want to make sure. Geelong. It's Geelong, Australia. Geelong.
Tim.
Lauren.
Halle.
Lauren. Yeah.
Got it.
Behind the scenes stuff, folks.
We welcome you back inside the Storm Report, live right here from the Tower Grill on the campus of Arizona Christian University, and fresh out of the event center here into the Tower Grill is Lauren Gunn and Halle Payne. Ladies, we welcome you. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
We're doing great. How was practice? You guys are like huffing and puffing.
It was tiring.
We had to get our SID, Mr. Tim Ghost, and he was on the trail to the gym to make sure we had guests here. So he was hightailing it as well. Everybody's huffing and puffing.
He saved us.
Well, very good. Well, congratulations on your season thus far. 7-9. You're sitting, in the middle of the pack of the GSAC conference. But how are things going for each of you respectively? We'll start with you.
Okay. It's been good. I mean, it's a new school. I've played JUCO last year, so it's a lot of adjustments, a lot of new personalities, a lot of new players, and a new system to get used to. But I think we've all adjusted pretty well.
Yeah, it's definitely a big jump from high school to college. Definitely a lot faster pace, bigger girls, better athletes. Definitely not we're like where we want to be, but obviously we'd want to be better. But we're where we want to be right now. So.
And I love the name Gunn. Lauren Gunn.
Yes.
Think about some things you could do with that name in a broadcast
Such a
format.
cool name.
That's a great name.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very cool. So, Ms. Gunn, for you, what was the toughest thing for you to get used to coming into the system? You said, it's a learning curve, it's a process for you to get the feel for how things run as far as this system runs. So, what was the toughest thing, and what would you say was the thing that allowed you to to slide your strengths in as quickly as you could?
Yeah, I think definitely. So I'm from Michigan, so a big thing was like being so far from home. But honestly, it hasn't been hard at all. Like the girls on the team, I love everyone on the team. It's been definitely them. They were the way, like it was easy to move into it really easy. So I would say my teammates definitely was the easiest way.
I'm sure the communication was really key
Oh, yeah.
for you learning new ladies, the ladies to get to know you, and the coaching staff getting to know you, and vice versa.
Yeah, so like the veterans, like they're definitely good role models for us. So I definitely look up to the older girls on the team, and Halle too.
Halle, question for you. 5 years at Bloomfield High School in New Mexico, huh?
Yeah.
5 years. Was that, I'm just guessing, one of those was an extra year due to COVID?
No, it was 8th grade year.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you played at a program that offered basketball for 8th grade through varsity.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I played my whole 8th grade season at a junior high, and then I got moved up for a certain amount of games through the high school.
18-10. That's not a bad line
No,
score. You think
not
about
bad.
18 points a game, 10 boards a game.
Yeah.
Bringing some of that
Double-double,
size,
yeah.
that ability to Coach Rogers' team. I see here 8 games with double digits, 5 in a row. We talked about consistency with the fellas, and I bring that up here. That's what you want to bottle up and sell, and you can't do that. But Halle, you've been able to be consistent. You and Laura have both been consistent this year.
Yeah, it's my teammates. It's hard to adjust to a new situation, new teammates, but I think having such open arms from the coaching staff, from incoming freshmen, from other transfers, just kind of welcoming you into the system, it was a big part of that. And getting comfortable where you can go out and perform your best.
Comfort. It's got to be a big thing, right? It's just so important to be comfort in your own environment.
Yes. Halle, so I'm looking at your numbers, 65 of 130, 50% field goal percentage. That's pretty good. So how hard, I know you work really hard to get those numbers up and be as consistent as you are from a scoring standpoint, but I'm sure you put a lot of time in the gym, like you and your girls just did, coming off the court, just working on your shots, right?
Yeah, it's a grind, The game sometimes feels impossible, and other days the ball just seems to go in no matter what. So I think just riding out the lows and trying to stay consistent through all of it and working hard and controlling what you can control, it shows on the stats.
Talking consistency once again, because you got to mention Lauren Gunn. Freshman guard now out of Saginaw, Michigan. I wanted to ask real quick, though, when you go Saginaw, does that mean you go all blue, the maize and blue?
Oh, yeah. Go blue.
Go blue, huh?
Tough loss the other weekend.
I hear you. Now maybe Coach Harbaugh might be on the move, so that's something for another conversation. But how about this for Lauren Gunn? She scored in 15 straight games, a career high against the Spirit from OUAZ. That's pretty special right there. You rise to the occasion against the rivals.
Yeah, it was a fun game. Like she said, like sometimes it just goes in. My shot was going in that game, probably the best game I've ever shot. So
You talk about being in the zone a little bit, right? Did you kind of have that experience that night? You were in the zone a little bit.
I did. Second half, it kind of went cold, but first half, I was definitely in the zone there for sure.
Outstanding.
So, ladies, for the last couple of weeks, you guys have been on the road. You went to Hawaii for a couple games, came back for one game. One game got canceled. Then you went to California for a couple games. So you're definitely battle tested as far as the road and the home is concerned. Lauren, talk about that. Just all your travels and how you're able to keep your wits about yourself. Oh man, we got to get on the plane.
Right.
We got to go to Hawaii. Come back home. We got to go back to California for more basketball.
I can say I'm sick of airports now. That's for sure.
Hopefully, you guys weren't flying Southwest.
Oh.
Boom. Sorry, bad joke.
No, my flight did get canceled on the way back. So we left the last day of classes. We left for Hawaii. We were there for about a week, and then
Really?
Yeah, we were there for a week. It was really fun, and then we all got to go home for like 4 days, and then I got stuck in Michigan for 2 days because of all the cancellations and all that, and then came back here and then played a game the next day, and then we had a couple days off, and then we got on the road to California. So it was a lot of travel for the past couple weeks.
Ed and I have been tanking names and pronunciations all broadcast long, but you guys were in Hawaii. I don't even want to touch that city.
Hilo?
Is it?
Hilo.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Got it.
It looks that way,
Hilo.
but I didn't want to get chastised for calling it Hilo or something like that.
I got it, JD.
It looked like it was Hilo, but Hilo, Hawaii. Tell us about the visit there, and you mentioned that you were there for a week. What was that experience like? Some bonding time with the girls and coaches, staff, whatnot?
Yeah, it was special. I mean, you're going there to do your business, but then after that, we just kind of got to enjoy it. And that was something that I'm not used to. I come from a little town, and we traveled 2 hours by bus, and that's the closest I've been to traveling. So being in Hawaii was definitely really cool.
What'd you guys do for fun
We went to
besides
the
basketball?
The beach was fun.
The beach was fun.
We
Probably
jumped
ate
off.
a lot.
We did.
We did eat a
Spam
lot.
musubi. Shout out Gracie and Soph. We love some spam musubi. It's real good.
Boy,
food there.
that's a tough one right there. I think I don't even know what you said. I can't even.
I don't know either.
There's something spam and a subi.
It's
Yeah,
real
there you
good.
That seems odd because spam in the States is not really revered. You know,
It's a Hawaii thing. It's
Okay.
like it's only good
Delicacy.
there. It's
I
only
loved
good
spam
there.
when I was a kid. What are you talking
is
about?
that so
Yes.
you pop the can and have some of those like ham
You
slices?
better believe it. I'd wrap that thing in some cheese and go for it.
I bet you my guy Ed likes bologna, and I don't know.
I love it.
Oh man,
Yes.
come on,
Fried
That's
bologna?
that's just gnarly. That does not work. Back to the hardwood here. Halle, you were a one-time artichoke. What'd you take away from playing
was.
at Scottsdale Community College, just up the road a little bit?
JUCO is definitely a grind. It's cutthroat, and there's girls that are in there that should be in D1 levels, and they're just there because of grades, because of not getting noticed. So you're playing tough competition every night. And I think the biggest difference between there and here, and what I'll take away, is that at JUCO you're playing good players, and then here you're playing solid teams.
Okay.
So there's not a whole lot of fall off. Like in JUCO, you have 2 or 3 girls that are just controlling it, and then now we're faced up against 4, 5, 6, 7 girls that there's no fall off. So.
I've heard that some of the experiences at the JUCO level, and it doesn't mean a hill of beans, but sometimes there's just attitudes in that league, and a lot of people play with the proverbial chip on the shoulder. That's the league, right? That's junior college basketball. It doesn't matter whether you play for the fellas or in the ladies circuit. It's just kind of a grind in that regard.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it makes you mentally tough, and it makes you think nobody's going to believe in you, nobody's going to recruit you because you were probably overlooked, and now, here I am at a 4-year school. So JUCO definitely helped me get here. Without that, I wouldn't be here probably.
It's a pathway, right?
It is, yeah. Opens
is.
a lot of doors.
So Kevin and I were kind of kicking around. How long do you wait before the New Year's resolutions go away? So I'm still going to ask you, ladies. We're nine days into the season. As far as basketball is concerned, Lauren, I'll start with you. What's your New Year's resolution as far as basketball? What do you want to do to make yourself better? And then you can pick it up, Halle.
I guess I never really thought of I never do New Year's resolutions.
No?
It's kind of weird. For basketball, probably getting more aggressive, keeping the aggressiveness. I think at times I'll show aggressiveness, and then I'll kind of like step back and not put a full game together of aggressiveness. So I'd say that'd be mine.
I think mine would be being more of a vocal leader, because I see things and I think of it in my head, but saying it out loud and holding each other accountable is something that I could definitely do better and need to do.
Who's the one lady on the team that if something needs to be said, whatever that could be,
Say it on
who's
three.
the lady?
Uh-oh.
Who's the lady that's going to be making that statement, whether they get the girls in close in the huddle, or they do it from afar, from 94 feet to 94 feet. How are you getting the message across, and who's going to deliver that message?
I would say Reagan.
Probably Reagan.
Reagan.
Yeah.
Reagan Henry.
Yeah.
She's our spitfire.
Yeah. She's very vocal.
Very
all the
vocal.
time.
Okay.
All the time.
Yeah.
So something needs to be said. Reagan Henry is going to be the
Yeah.
one.
I think on the court, probably Alyssa Alvarez will calm us down. Be like, "Hey, everybody, bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring it in. Calm down quick."
So when you're in the locker room, wherever you are, you're getting hyped up. You got the music, you got whatever, you got a Bluetooth or something going on. Who's the DJ? Who's kicking out the jams? Who's rocking it out?
Sophia Martinez.
What's her playlist like?
It depends. It's pretty solid though. I will say it's solid. Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
Is it suggested that it's all clean music, or is there every now and then you might pick up something where there was a bleep?
There's some bleeps
There's
sometimes.
some bleeps.
Depends on the mood.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're in a sad mood and we'll
Right.
listen to sad music before practice.
Right.
Sometimes that's the mood.
Sad music before practice. And it's still the same DJ?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sophie. All right.
Interesting.
Very good. What do you make of this weekend? Some more big basketball games in conference. Menlo will be here Thursday. And, of course, William Jessup on Saturday. What are you looking forward to there,
Two
Halle?
tough competitions. I mean, we got to get a win. We're kind of tied at the bottom of the pool, and Menlo's beat some good teams. So I think if we can come out and play well and beat them, we kind of get our names kind of noticed more and moved up. And then William Jessup, we just have to show up, play a consistent full game, and I think we could do it.
Menlo's off a win against the number 2 ranked team, Westmont, in our conference. So,
Okay.
and we hung with Westmont the first half, so we know we can be there.
The first time you played him, right?
The first time we played them, we hung with them the first half, and into the third quarter. It's our thing. We got to put a full game together. So if we put our full game together, I'm sure we'll be competing with them.
What's the confidence level like now in the dressing room with your team?
It's hard when you lose games. It feels like you get punched in the gut a couple times,
Sure.
and when someone struggles scoring and you're counting on them, it's a punch in the gut. So I think it's just trying to find your confidence and find what you're good at within the system to kind of contribute your best, even if you're not playing your best. Whether it's getting rebounds, getting stops, never quitting and doing what you can do, even when your shot's not falling.
We've kind of had one girl will pop off one game, one will go the next. We kind of take turns. So when we get to that game where multiple of us are having our best game, I think that's what we need.
Halle, what lingers more, a win or a loss?
A loss. Yeah. I think about it. I think about basketball all the time, 24/7 anyways, but a loss with a break afterwards, with a couple practices, it just eats at you. In the back of your head, you're just thinking, oh, I could have done this. I could have done this. I could have done this. And with a win, you're like, yay, let's celebrate. But then it's okay, let's prepare for the next one. So.
Okay.
You're the other team. You're Menlo, and you look at the roster, and you're like, man, Halle, Payne, Lauren, Gunn. It just speaks man, these girls are going to they're going to give it all to us.
They're gonna be tough,
Thursday.
yeah.
They're going to be tough, yeah. It's good with the namesake. Works, right?
Yeah.
You play that way? You have a little nasty streak in there?
A little bit of pain in there.
Oh,
okay.
A little bit.
She's got the nasty streak.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to get in Halle's way.
Do you ladies have a quiet confidence? Because when Kevin described it, you just kind of nodded your head yeah, we got skills.
I would say I'm not that vocal to other people on the court. I'm pretty quiet.
The confidence when the shot's going in, it's through the roof, right? And then when you start to brick a couple, then that's when things start to just change quickly.
Yeah.
right?
Can't let that happen, though.
No,
But
stay.
But each play and each trip up and down the floor represents new opportunity. That's the one thing about it. And I think you mentioned it. No quit, right? No quit in that Rusty Rogers group. What's it like playing for Rusty Rogers?
It's good. It's very different. He's very much lets you be free and kind of do what you're good at. You're not held into a box where you have to do this. You're only allowed to do this. It's kind of playing to everyone's strengths. I'm a 3, 4-ish, and I can kind of do what a 3 does and what a 4 does. And he's given me that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely cares about us. We know he cares about us. So, like she said, he's very lets you do your own thing type of coach. Very, you guys go out there. I know you guys can do it. I'll let you guys do your thing. So,
My last one is, who's the most intense player on the squad?
I would say her.
Oh.
A lady that inflicts pain upon people.
I would say Halle.
Is the most intense. Interesting.
And that rubs off on you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you see her.
Oh, she gets some and ones. I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
let's go, Halle.
Yeah,
She
let me get
flashes
some
her
of that.
guns. The guns come out.
Okay. So let me get some of that.
Well, the ladies will be at center stage come Thursday evening. I believe at tip time is what, 5 o'clock? 5:30 inside the ACU Event Center. The fellows will be at center stage after that. And I believe we'll have the game for you broadcast on the GSAC Sports Broadcast Network. That'll begin at 5:30, as Tim Gosen just said. Ladies, thank you so much for being a part of our program here tonight. It was a heck of a lot of fun, and we love your spirit. And go get a win here come Thursday. We're cheering for you.
Thank you.
Yes, our honor. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
For Ed Cole and for Lauren Gunn and Halle Payne and our outstanding guests before with Dominic Gonzalez and Ethan Blythe and, of course, assistant men's basketball coach Austin Peters. For Tim Gosen and J.D. Hamby, I'm Kevin Derryberry. It's been our pleasure. Until next time, have a great week.